third grade friends. Welcome to lesson 2. Today we are talking about cause and effect relationships. If you remember from this past semester, we talked about a cause is something that happens. An effect is something that happens because of the cause. So our example is ran in the hall. What would happen at school if you ran in the hall? You could say you tripped. You could say the principal would find you. You could say you bumped into somebody. Those are all effects of your action of running in the hall. Today, I want you to answer in the comments below our post, Dorothy met the Scarecrow. What was the effect? All right, friends, let us start our story. So let's return back to where we were. We just met one of the good witches of the North, friends. And after meeting the good witch in the North, Dorothy is going to continue her journey in the land of Oz. The good witch and the Munchkins had never heard of Kansas. Dorothy was a long, long way from home. She began to cry. She felt very lonely in this strange land. When the good witch saw that Dorothy was crying, she took off her cap and balanced the point on the end of her nose. She counted to 3, and the cap changed into a slate. On the slate were the words. Now, friends, slate is an older way of saying like a chalkboard or a whiteboard, but that's what a slate is. Let Dorothy go to the Emerald City. Dorothy dried her tears. You must go to the Emerald City. Maybe the Wizard of Oz can help you, said the good witch. Who is the Wizard of Oz? Asked Dorothy. He is a great wizard, answered the good witch. He is more powerful than all of us put together. He lives in the Emerald City. Only he can help you return to Kansas. How can I get to Emerald City? Asked Dorothy. You must walk, answered the good witch. You will see a yellow brick road. Follow that road, and you will find the Wizard of Oz. Then the good witch kissed Dorothy on the forehead. It was a magical kiss, and it left a round, shiny mark. It would protect Dorothy on her long trip. The Munchkins gave Dorothy the silver slippers that the Wicked Witch of the East had worn. They had a special magic, but no one knew what it was. Dorothy put on the silver slippers, waved goodbye to her new friends, and she and Toto began their journey to the Emerald City. Dorothy and Toto followed the yellow brick road for many miles. After a while, they stopped beside a big cornfield and sat down to rest. Not too far away, Dorothy could see a scarecrow. It was placed high on a pole, so it would scare the birds away from the ripe corn. The scarecrow's head was a small sack, stuffed with straw. Someone had painted its face with eyes, a nose, and a mouth. It was dressed in a blue suit and wore old boots and a pointed hat. While Dorothy was looking at the scarecrow, she was surprised to see one of the eyes slowly wink at her. Then the figure nodded its head in her direction. Dorothy walked up to the scarecrow. Good day, said the scarecrow. Did you speak? Asked Dorothy. Certainly, answered the scarecrow. How do you do? I'm pretty well, thank you, replied Dorothy. How are you? I'm not feeling well, said the scarecrow. This pole is stuck up my back, and I cannot get down. Dorothy reached up and lifted the figure off the pole. Since the scarecrow is made of straw, he was very light. Thank you very much, said the scarecrow. I feel like a new man. All this seemed very strange to Dorothy. She had never stuffed a man who could walk and talk. Who are you, and where are you going? Asked the scarecrow. My name is Dorothy, she said, and I am going to the Emerald City to ask the Great Oz to send me back to Kansas. But the scarecrow had never heard of the Great Oz or the Emerald City. Sadly, explained to Dorothy, that since his head was stuffed with straw, he had no brains. Dorothy felt very sorry for the unhappy scarecrow. Do you think, he asked, that if I go to the Emerald City with you, the Great Oz will give me some brains? I cannot tell you, she answered, but you may come with me if you like. If Oz will not give you any brains, you will be no worse off than you are now." The Scarecrow nodded his head in agreement and enjoyed Dorothy and Toto on their journey to the Emerald City. So what we found out when Dorothy met the Scarecrow, friends, is that he did not have any brains. And the reason he didn't have any brains was that his head was made of straw. The effect of having a head made of straw was no brains. Tomorrow, we will talk about the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion, friends. Remember, we should have some textual support about the Scarecrow having no brains. I kind of gave you the answer to our post, friends, so don't worry about posting at the end of this video. Thank you for watching.